1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12.
Warning, this podcast contains violence, sexuality, gore, and other horrible and disturbing things. Listener discretion is advised. Also, the hosts of this venture are ignorant dipshits, so please do not take anything they say as fact. And enjoy the show.
Now, are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin.
Today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be.
It is our basic human right to be fucked up.
A second plane now has crashed into the other tower of the World Trade Center.
Putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
The defendant shall be incarcerated for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men.
We were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Occultae Veritatis.
Hello and welcome to Occultae Veritatis podcast. My name is Sage Murray, and joining me in studio we have
Leon Felger,
Ood Gallifrey,
the soundboard demon,
the Void,
Katiti.
That was the first intro in a while. I'm ruining it now, but that was the first intro in a while where we didn't have a giant car crash in the middle.
Yeah.
That was great.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, and now that I'm mentioning it, I'm ruining it. Go ahead. Yeah.
But also, the reason might be that Richard Bigley's not here. That's not true.
That's not true.
It's kind of true.
It's also my fault, because sometimes I fall asleep a little bit.
Good Gallifrey.
Yeah.
So Love Has Won was a weird spiritual group that was widely regarded as a cult. Its leader, Amy Carlson, was pretty wacky and problematic, so we'll definitely need some poison for this one, and I recommend we do hippy-dippy, earthy kind of poison.
So, what's your poison?
It's gotta be a fun surprise.
All right, so for all of us that don't know, which is all of us because I just kind of sprang this on us, This is the Magic Mind. So it is a long-term boost in cognition, energy, and stress maintenance. It's not just a fleeting charge up. We recommend taking consistently for 7 to 10 days for full effect. It has caffeine through the matcha. It has lion's mane mushroom. It has Bacopa monnieri to boost your clarity and focus, but it actually has citations. It's got turmeric, it's got ashwagandha root, it's got rhodolia rosacea, more turmeric and matcha, vitamin C and echinacea. It's basically a health food thing. And I was looking into them oh, okay, sure, ashwagandha. And I looked at them oh, shit, ashwagandha actually has a bunch of actual studies on it.
Yeah.
Oh, so there is some...
Because it's all backed up.
I'm very susceptible to being buttered up. Those all sound like nice-sounding words, so I'm bought in.
So it's matcha green tea has a lot of caffeine in it.
Oh,
it's delicious.
Honey is good for you. It supports the immune system. This Bacopa monnieri is a root or whatever, and it does do some good stuff, and there's 4 different things here for cited sources.
There's got cumin. A lot of these have anti-inflammatory properties.
Yep. This is one of those things where, oh god, some health brand reached out and said, here, have a thing, and then actually it was not bad.
Yeah.
With magic in mind.
Get out.
Thank you. Let's try this green grassy liquid.
All right, so we've got Magic Mind.
Oh, that's vile.
That's not bad.
I like
Actually,
it.
I was expecting it to taste like grass, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes, it fucking does.
That's what I thought it was. I was expecting...
Okay, it tastes like sweet grass.
I was expecting the few times I wanted to eat the purchasable grass at Booster Juice, and I was I regretted it every time, and this is much better than that. This tastes better than most protein shakes I've had, actually.
Yeah, no, I think it's delicious.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was yucky all around.
Well, not all around. Just
around me.
Just for you.
Everyone else seems to like it.
I would drink this, if I could afford it every day.
See, the nice thing is that magicmind.co/science, and I'm kind of repping it, kind of not. It has all the stuff in it, and
it's linked to the studies, and they're actual academic studies.
We're gonna save some for Mr. Richard Bigley because Mr. Richard Bigley is not with us.
He's not dead. He's just at the lake or something.
He might be dead.
He's fishing as we speak.
There we go.
I prefer semen to this.
I mean,
I prefer this to semen.
That depends how much you like semen, though.
No, like I'd rather drink a bucket of cum than a bucket of this.
Some people consider a bucket of semen a reasonable Sunday.
My angels told me that I had to go serve humanity and that I had to give up everything. I did that. I've done over 100,000 surgeries. I healed people of cancer over and over with the power of love. Robin Williams came in 2014 when he died. He's been with me ever since. He talks to me. He's a guide. I have reincarnated many, many moments. I was Marilyn Monroe, Joan of Arc, Jesus. I have full memory of all my lives. I fully remember being hanged on the cross as Jesus. I am Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Great Spirit, Spider Woman. Love has won is just the new paradigm that we all can share in unity. We're not a cult. Absolutely not. What is a cult? A cult, is not transparent.
Growing up, my sister Amy was very sweet. She got good grades. Amy didn't show any signs of acting different.
Around 2006, she started acting strangely. She started calling herself Mother God, and she believed that she was God.
My sister is running a cult with a bunch of followers in Hawaii. I believe that Amy is scamming all of her followers. She has people buy stuff for her and send her gifts. Love is One puts out daily live streams every day. On all the videos, she is screaming, she is cursing, she is demanding people to do what she asks.
My own light workers battled me! Serving love and bringing in a new paradigm. You whores.
Amy calls anyone who is a non-believer whores and retards.
Spiritual ego whores, done!
I believe that she has been brainwashed, and so I think there's some mental illness there. Sometimes she acts as if she's Amy, and then sometimes she acts like completely different people. But I also believe that she rambles sometimes, and I think she doesn't even know what the truth is anymore.
Amy Carlson was born on the 30th of November, 1975. Not a whole ton is known about her early life, unfortunately, but she was, according to friends, a straight-A student and grew up in Dallas, Texas, with her family. She had been married 3 times by her early 20s and had 3 children with each of her husbands.
3 times by her early 20s. Was that unique, or was that kind of a sign of the times?
I'm not sure. I would assume it's kind of unique, because normally, back in the day, it was get married and that's the end.
Yeah.
She never displayed any unusual behavior when she was younger. After her 3rd child, she apparently started to become very distant and even neglectful. After she had her 3rd child, she apparently started to become very distant and even neglectful, according to her family. In 2006, she left her 3rd husband, her children, and her job managing a McDonald's and basically poofed out of her family's circles, no longer contacting anyone. While it's believed that she didn't actually start Love Has Won, she definitely became the leader. As I said, she basically abandoned her whole family. She hooked up with a guy she called Father God, started calling herself Mother God, and bopped around the States until settling in Colorado with the cult. She had been communicating with people online and bailed on her family to go be with them. She was really getting into New Age philosophy and alternative spirituality, which is super cool as long as you don't go around starting any cults.
So is this like a white lady midlife crisis? Or?
Yes, white lady midlife. Yeah.
So she arrived in a cult and quickly became leadership in the cult.
Yeah, that's kind of what they think, because they're not really certain if she started it or if she just kind of had a little group of people who didn't really have a leader and was, let me encircle you in my culty arms.
I guess was Father God? Was he already in the cult and she arrived and became, or did they arrive as a couple?
I think she met him in the group.
Ah.
Yeah. The family tried to talk to Amy, going as far as to take her on to Dr. Phil.
We've been talking about Amy, who claims that she is Mother God, and Rick Ross and I were just talking about whether or not she holds herself out to be above others, and the pattern is anybody that criticizes is the enemy, and non-believers are lashed out at, she actually says people that don't believe are killing her slowly.
It's a we-they mentality. The group and Amy are the elite. They are right. Everyone else is wrong. And the imperative is to get right. Get with Amy.
Amy, what do you say?
I feel it's completely incorrect. What I actually share with everybody is not to surrender to me. I've never said that, to surrender to me. I just say surrender to love and yourself. And whatever your soul and your heart shares with you to do, that's what you do.
But you tell them you're God. You're actually God. You hung on the cross. You recall being crucified on the cross and that you are God.
In truth, we are all God.
That's not what you say. You don't say you're all God. You say, I am Mother God.
I am Mother God, but we are all God.
Yeah, but Amy, in the live streams, which I've watched quite a bit of your live streams, people talking about you. They talk about the importance of your work, focusing on you, subordinating themselves to you.
I encourage them to follow their own heart and to serve love.
You create this dichotomy where either you are with God, or you are wrong. You are in a very negative existence.
How do you explain abandoning your children?
For me, I did not abandon my children. I begged my angels I didn't want to leave. And they told me I had to go on mission. If I didn't do it, then no one else would. And I had to make a jump and I had to make a decision.
So just a higher calling.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I need your help explaining something. I'm really curious why you locked a child in the closet. Take a look at this.
3. Mother God, you want me to get to 3? I'll put you in timeout. I don't have a problem about that. Okay, timeout.
You got the timer, 2 minutes?
Yeah, I got it.
Show them the mind
I'm sorry. I need you to help me with that. Explain that to me.
What was happening in that group dynamic is that these children came to see me, and in their environment, they were very dysfunctional. They hadn't been disciplined, and I feel that's the majority of humanity hasn't had discipline, and children have to have boundaries. We started coming up with ideas of how to assist them. One of my ideas was whatever their age is, just 2 minutes of timeout. And if they can't get it, then they go back in timeout.
That's flat out abuse to lock a child in a closet like that. And what really bothers me is not the poor judgment that I see on your part, but the fact that I'm looking at 5 or 6 or 7 adults in the room, and not one person in the room has the backbone to stand up and say, this is not okay. You're not going to bully and abuse this child.
What we were doing is experimenting.
On a child.
They weren't locked in a closet. They were put in timeout, Dr. Phil.
In a closet.
Timeout.
In a closet.
Yeah.
With a closed door.
Well, they were in dark so that they could focus and center on themselves. And we put an adult there with them.
There was an adult in the closet?
Of course.
I don't believe that.
Everything that you guys are showing about Mom is out of context.
Well, I've said after each time you've said that, I've said, please put it in context.
I would love to. With the timeouts, I mean, there's a history years ago, decades ago, when parents would physically discipline their children. And that was okay. But Mom putting a child who is highly dysfunctional, and his mother brought him to Mom to help her because the child was so out of control.
That does not justify putting a child in a closet and closing the door. And it wasn't okay to beat children years ago. So you're setting up a paper tiger, tearing it down, and trying to justify abusing a child by terrorizing them, putting them in a dark closet. Doesn't wash, sorry.
Well, I disagree, but I'll move on because timeouts are timeouts.
No,
And
that's not true. Timeouts are not locking a child in a dark closet.
We'll move on because we all have
We'll move on because you don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, love. Well, back to mom is that you guys are also missing the point that if she is Mother Earth. So if you had to envision Mother Earth in a physical vessel, then you would understand mom's experience.
Do you think you owe it to her to hold her to a higher standard than letting her get to the point that she's that drunk and abusing followers?
I have been with mom for 2.5 years, and I will tell you, she is the absolute brilliant, kindest, sweetest being. She has taken me from a highly dysfunctional place and made me highly as brilliant as she is.
We're both college graduates and some of the most brilliant people in our family. If this was everything that everybody is saying against her, we would be gone.
You are seeing a microscopic piece of mom. She is absolutely amazing.
I have spent almost 3 years by her side, and she is absolutely amazing. I would not be the person, the feminine that you see on the live stream every day in front of thousands of people if it wasn't for what she has done. She is my best friend. She is a companion. She has shown me so many beautiful aspects of this planet that have been forgotten, and that is love. And why the people you see are going against her is because they can't feel love.
But it was all for naught. Amy was super convinced that she was Mother God, had been alive for 19 billion years, and had experienced over 500 reincarnations, including Jesus Christ, Joan of Arc, Cleopatra, and Marilyn Monroe.
It's weird that when people speak about reincarnation, they just it's just the hits.
Yeah, it's never like I was a peasant.
Yeah, I was a subsistence farmer in ancient China.
Yeah. It's always like the cool, trendy ones.
Yeah.
Also, some of her followers think that she is the daughter of former President of the United States of America and world-class asshat Donald Trump.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's involved.
Yes.
Definitely no cult connections with that one.
No, none, clearly. Love Has One's beliefs were kind of all over the place. They preached a mishmash of New Age philosophy, Messiah worship, Abrahamic notions, and a shitload of conspiracy theories. Amy had apparently birthed creation, hence Mother God. She would lead 144,000 people into the fifth dimension. She was the queen of the lost continent of Lemuria. She had spoken to the ghost.
Wait, the fifth dimension is the one where you can see the back of your own head in, right?
Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I left my consciousness at the Six Flags.
There's a song with the lyrics, I left my consciousness in the sixth dimension.
Yeah.
I'm always surprised that she knows exactly which dimension she left her consciousness in. Because I think I get mixed up.
I wonder what the difference between the sixth and fifth dimension is.
Oh, she also said that she had spoken to the ghost of Robin Williams, who was actually the archangel Zadkiel.
That'd be pretty sweet. Like whether it's like a hallucination or like delusion or whatever. Like to pick a dead person to talk to. Heck yeah, Robin Williams.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The group's theology also talked about Atlantis, reptilians, and the Anunnaki, which is a group of deities of the ancient Sumerians.
Oh, old gods.
Yeah, real old. The cult believed that the world was run by a cabal who are determined to keep the world in a low vibration state. So like I said, a mishmash.
That sounds like spirit science.
Yes.
Shout back to our Q episodes. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, that too.
I wonder if you're a cult member sitting there and you're hearing all these claims being made by Mother God and Father God, and they're talking about like dimensions and vibrations, like a lot of it starts to like contradict and like not make sense. So you almost just have to take them at their word that they're speaking truth and that even if you don't understand, it has to make sense somehow.
Yeah.
Like, what perspective? I wonder what's going on in their heads when that's happening.
I guess if you hear anything repeated enough, it becomes easier to believe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And if you feel trapped, I mean, it's a cult after all, so people are isolated. They might have to keep the person that supplies them with resources and housing happy, and it's a lot of pressure.
The group, usually about 12 to 20 people, live together in a small town in Colorado. The group did daily live streams on YouTube to recruit more members, get donations, and sell their products and vitamin supplements.
Oh.
Yeah. So they have a pretty robust YouTube presence.
Hey, greetings, love beans. It's been a moment. Wow, and it's been wild, and you can see my hair, it's wild too. Angel's like, just leave it. It's good. It's an art form. I was like, okay, angels, this would be the representation of all the energies coming at us. Wow, everybody. And then an asteroid is flying by the Earth, close by. That was a fascinating event. Whenever we have celestial bodies like that, they release codes to us. So we are getting downloads from that. We're getting downloads from the sun. We're getting downloads from everywhere. It's been fun. And this is Mother of Creation. We love you. I love you. We are here at your service. We have lots of stuff going on. Exciting, exciting stuff, everybody. Dreams of love are coming true.
Looking at their website, which is dead but is archived, thank you, Wayback Machine, they provide Ascension Essentials. Browse a variety of products and tools that Mother God and the First Contact Ground Crew team have designed to support inner healing, full awakening, self-empowerment, expansion, spiritual growth with her energy, as well as Ascension Services. These sessions are vital for you to re-heart who God is.
Can you see their products?
Let me find some.
I'm just wondering if they're making their own shit, or if they just signed up for a bunch of multi-level marketing stuff.
Brain Force!
Oh, they're partnering with Alex Jones.
Oh no, there's stuff on their website. Holy shit.
How does that work?
$11. I'm going to open a new tab. Plasma face kit. Custom pyramid. Which looks kind of nice, but
It's
also
pretty.
looks like a 1970s dessert.
What a basic website.
That looks like a power-up item in the original Doom.
Colloidal titanium?
Yep.
What?
It was
Silver not good enough?
Yeah,
it was originally $11.11 and 11 cents, but is down to $55.55.
I'm surprised they can contain plasma in a plasma state in a plastic bottle.
Yep. Gaia's Plasma Water, which has a crystal right next to it. Oh, special edition fall candle collection. They're candles. Balanced Harmonics Plasma Connection, $27 for some
chakra
stuff.
oil set.
But is there some kind of spiritual significance to the fact that it's like 11.11, 55.55?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, there's a colloidal silver from $33.33 to $222.22.
All this stuff and no acid.
What the fuck?
There's some cults that really focus into one philosophy, and there's some cults that seem to pick little pieces of things they like, and
this is a potpourri cult.
Yeah. And I bet the 55-11-11 is just like they just threw numerology in there for whatever reason.
100%.
Angel numbers.
11.11, make a wish.
Our plasma healing spray is made from pure plasma water and GANS water, which creates a pure consciousness field of healing that can be sprayed on the face, body, and in any room to correct any misaligned energetics. Plasma is pure consciousness of a very high frequency, as plasma makes up everything we see and touch. GANS are nanoparticles of consciousness that are the smallest particles to achieve in this dimension, which make them easy to digest and absorb. GANS can absorb the frequency of anything and replicate it, so our plasma spray holds the consciousness of the pure field of the mother of all creation, which is this white lady.
They've distilled consciousness and they've particleized it?
Well, it says plasma activated water is produced by making use of water, air, and electricity. Ambient air is brought into the plasma phase with electrical energy. The activated air is then brought into contact with water. Reactive oxygen and nitrogen dissolve into the water, creating plasma-activated water.
Plasma, for me, is the liquid portion of blood.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different plasma. Oh,
Yeah.
this could be that plasma, but I don't think it is. For some context, that part was written in July of 2020.
Oh.
Right, I was wondering.
Yeah. Oh, plasma pain patches. Sorry.
A note on GANs, though, they don't exist outside of this website.
Oh, no. GANS water is some Gaia's activated neural
yeah.
shit. I was going to say I hope I don't get sued, but I don't think that's going to be a problem.
It's not a thing anymore.
Come fight me, IRL.
So there were lots of allegations of abuse and brainwashing from ex-members. Even though drugs and alcohol were banned, Amy was shit-faced pretty much all the time. One of the father gods she had, Andrew Profaci, described her as incredibly volatile, losing her shit at the slightest provocation. She basically expected to be waited on hand and foot by the members of her group. The members were only allowed to sleep 4 to 5 hours a night, and often were not even allowed to sit down during the day. Allegations and videos of child abuse also swirled.
I just want to point out that sounds a lot like a Walmart shift. Only allowed to sleep 4 to 5 hours a day, not allowed to sit down.
Yeah.
Here is the Vice. Meet Mother God.
God!
This is Amy Carlson.
Jesus fucking motherfucking Christ. Who I am.
Her followers believe she is God.
She's even holding that cat in like a really rough way.
Culture of abuse.
It's a cult, it's a scam. It's a lot of mental manipulation, a lot of brainwash.
We're a cult because we see the truth.
I suspected it was this person because I know of it, but luckily my memory is so shit that I don't remember what happened, so this is a treat.
You're welcome.
I would look up live stream compilation because a lot of her
we want to look at the child abuse.
Yeah, well, because they're all so young.
This is Mother God yelling at John.
My vision was chicken parmesan. So the fucking Adams turn around on me and get me meatballs. I didn't say meatballs. I love meatballs.
Dude looks scared.
But I didn't fucking say that. Chicken parmesan.
Jesus.
I get fucked up every fucking moment by you fucking motherfucking whores. My Adams. I'm like, I just need a tequila. Like, it takes 5 rounds of whores to get me a tequila. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You know what? You can take your half-ass God and shove it up your fucking ass! I'm gonna take another tequila shot.
Wouldn't be so damaging if it wasn't also a cult.
Bitch! Where's my tequila shot?
Is she wearing silly string in her hair?
Definitely look like that.
She would order people around her in the cult to basically serve her, to bring her things, and if they didn't bring it exactly as she wanted, and sometimes she wouldn't even mention it, sometimes she would just expect them to know how she wanted it, she would then give herself permission to just abuse them, both verbally and physically.
Mm-hmm.
And the person in this clip is just standing there, and it appears that he got her food order a little wrong, and now she's just berating him.
The thing is, no one else was allowed to have drugs or alcohol, and she is clearly just white girl wasted.
Well, and, yeah, just obviously very intoxicated in every video we've seen.
Yep.
I'd be stealing some, man. You can't have it and not let me have it. I will find it and I will get it.
Yep.
Anybody who's familiar or who has lived through or has witnessed child abuse, just like a big person just manhandling and roughly grabbing and sort of throwing around and pulling like somebody smaller than them.
And she would put them in the closet when they were crying.
Yeah.
And just force them in there and then yell at them and be like, stop crying. Just screaming at these, they were 2-year-old kids, little babies.
Well, that's just disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay, time out.
The grin.
Yeah. She looks so fucking smug.
Jesus. So, was this all live stream?
One claims to be built.
Yeah, a lot of it was, yeah.
Wow. Ethos.
And now she's
she's scruffing a cat.
There is a gap between
in a way that causes the cat pain.
And what
yeah,
she
and just
preaches.
holding it up there.
Mom literally is the planet. So all those lower emotions, all that lower stuff.
This woman's a fucking psychopath.
She's almost longingly looking at the cat, enjoying it.
Yeah, she's look at what I can fucking do to you. So her health was not great. The group relocated to Hawaii, where Amy claimed to be the goddess Pele, which really pissed off the actual Hawaiian people.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, fuck that.
There was a tense standoff, and Love Has Won was forced to leave.
The Hawaiians have been through enough.
I know, leave them alone. Even the Father Yod and the Source family, they tried to go to Hawaii, and they were like, please go away.
Literally, these islands aren't big enough to have you here.
Love Has Won. They ended up moving to a small trailer park in California, but they were asked to leave due to overcrowding. The group kept pretty quiet until April 28th, 2021, when Amy's mummified corpse was found in a trailer near Crestone, Colorado. It was decorated and there was a shrine and shit. She was mummified, like they had her all like wrapped up in like Christmas lights.
At least they didn't try to eat her after mummification, I guess.
Yeah, at the end of her life, like she looked fucking rough.
Like, and we're like liver failure and stuff from drinking, or
and like blue from silver.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, she was blue from silver because she drank a lot of colloidal silver.
I wonder if she had something chronic that she just wasn't going to treat with conventional medicine and just.
Wow.
How old is she in this picture?
Yeah.
I think that's right at the end of life. So she was born in 75.
She's only 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
She looks like 100.
I know.
Oh, here's them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I found the police body cam footage from when they raided the trailer.
I mean, that'd be a cool place to trip.
And you can see there's a bunch of like pretty lights everywhere, and the cops kind of like looking up and down, and you don't quite see much of it, but there is definitely a corpse just wrapped in a blanket.
What we've got is a search warrant to check this house. Okay. I'm here to see mother, and I need to check on the child.
Okay, child's sleeping.
Okay. So
Mother
do that.
is in rest.
Okay.
She has rested.
Go ahead and go with one of them, please.
Okay, share with what you.
Come on out.
James.
Okay, Jason.
Turn around for me. You got anything on you that might poke or stick me? Okay, just relax for me, okay?
Anything in your pockets?
Yeah, I have some lighter in my wallet.
Okay.
What's in your front pocket? Huh?
Those out for me.
Okay. So I'm gonna take it out, okay?
Set it right there. Okay, I need you to turn around for me. And put your arms up a little higher. There you go. Thank you.
Wow, they painted her. Is it?
That's just, I think, decomp. Decomp mummification. That's what I'm guessing at this point.
The eyelids and stuff.
The eyelids they painted, yeah.
Holy shit. I didn't even look at it. I was like, oh, is that her?
Yeah. This has been a while.
Yeah.
I like this response. I said, there's something back there. I don't know what the fuck it is. But
I couldn't see the face. I was like, when I got closer.
You know the house on the block at Christmas time that goes extra? It's like that house turned inside out.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's like a sensory stimulation chamber. So remind me, what the fuck's the name of this fucking group?
Love Has Won.
It doesn't sound like it, does it?
No, it really doesn't.
This is very Haiti.
I agree love can win, but not that love.
No.
Is there any mention of, like, if it was just wrapped up, like, in sheets, like a mummy, or if there was actually some sort of, like, drying or, like, mummification that took place? Like, did they wrap her in salt or something?
So this is just a Rolling Stone article, so it doesn't really have much, but I think...
God damn it, Demon, call up the coroner!
Yeah, I don't, like, because at the time I researched it, like, it was just, they found the corpse. It had just happened.
We scoop all kinds of shit,
I know. We do.
By the way, yeah, hashtag, like, Sage owned you media on R. Kelly.
I did.
We covered it years ago. Anyway.
Years before I blew up.
Yeah, sorry.
Pretty proud of that.
And at the time of recording, that's basically all we knew. But there's been quite a few updates since then. I've gotten a hold of the autopsy and consulted Leon on a few of the healthcare terms I didn't understand. Quote, Amy Renee Shroud, a 45-year-old adult white female, died as a result of global decline in the setting of alcohol abuse, anorexia, and chronic colloidal silver ingestion. Her manner of death was natural. The term general decline, in layman's terms, basically means the organs failing in a domino-like effect, where many organ systems are weak enough that if one organ system fails, like dominoes, they fall one after another. Alcoholism affects many organs negatively, including the brain, the nervous system, the heart, the liver, and the pancreas. In turn, ongoing anorexia negatively impacts your brain, heart, and kidneys. Additionally, when people use colloidal silver and have their skin turn blue, like Amy did, that is also harmful on the liver and kidneys. It doesn't appear that this was the cult getting revenge or foul play. This appears to be death due to poor health, death of natural causes, in other terms. Now, of course, the cult members, and most prominently Amy, she didn't believe that colloidal silver was bad for her. She didn't believe that overconsumption of alcohol was bad for her. The reason she and her cult members thought that her health was declining was because she was connected to the earth, and that the earth was dying. Now, why did they keep this woman's body in the house? It's because they didn't believe that she was dead. They believed that she was taking a long spiritual journey, or that she was deep in meditation. But they didn't believe that she was actually dead. So they were just keeping her body around for when she returned, because according to them, they believed that she would return to her earthly form when she was done with her business. And then their property was raided, and Amy's body was discovered. And these days, their new theory is that, yes, Mother of God is dead, but she's on a different plane of existence doing important work in the fifth dimension. Again, this rings a lot like Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard didn't die after all. He just left his earthly form so he could continue his work in the spiritual realm. Shortly after the raid, where Amy's body was discovered, 7 members of the cult were arrested. These 7 include Jason Castillo, aka Father God, who, after all this business is done, will form his own splinter cult. But we'll talk about that in a bit. They were accused of abuse of a corpse. Amy's eyes were missing. I still don't know where Amy's eyes are. I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. By the time she was discovered, she had started to decay. Not a lot, but a little bit. Enough that in the autopsy, the coroner could not get fingerprints because her skin had decomposed enough to take them away.
This family member we spoke with wants to remain anonymous out of fear of backlash, so we did distort their voice, but they did tell us that this cult, Love Has Won, has called Colorado home for the past 2 years.
Nobody wakes up and says, oh, I think I'm going to join a cult today.
These 7 members of the Love Has Won cult now facing charges of abuse of a corpse and child abuse. This after Saguache County Sheriff's Office says a man in the cult notified Salida Police of the death of 45-year-old Leah, also known as Amy Carlson.
This is a group that uses a whole bunch of teachings from all kinds of different spiritualities to bring people in, but their one focus is worshiping a lady named Amy Carlson.
According to the arrest documents, Carlson is believed to be the leader of the cult and went by the name Mother God.
They had 2 properties in Colorado. They had the nice big cabin, and then they had the Moffett Shack.
The body has yet to be identified by the coroner's office, but officials say it was found at the cult's residence in Creston. The body was mummified, lying on a bed wrapped in a sleeping bag with glitter around the eyes and decorated with Christmas lights set up like a shrine.
Love Has Won is a very emotionally abusive group.
We spoke with a person who has a family member in the cult.
Even if you think no one you know would ever fall for it, we would have said the same thing before our family member or loved one got involved.
The Saguache County Sheriff's Office stating they've received multiple complaints from families in the United States that say the cult is stealing people's money.
And it's the abuse of the members. They are changed people when they come out. They are broken people.
2 children were also found inside the home and were turned over to social services. Now, all 7 of these members are currently being held at the Rio Grande County Jail on a $2,000 bond. They are expected in court on Wednesday.
From what I understand, too, I kind of went down a rabbit hole because this cult is very open on social media. They live stream almost every single day and talk about what they're doing and who's in the cult. It's very, very interesting. And there's 2 different houses in that area of Crestone, Colorado. And there's a bigger house, a cabin that everybody lived in, but then there's also the shack that other people lived in. And according to one of the family members of somebody in that cult, they said that's where that mummified body was found at. Like I mentioned in the story, wrapped in Christmas lights with a sleeping bag and glitter on the eyes. We spoke with the potential person who's not yet been identified by the coroner's office, but her son said that the body also doesn't have eyes. It's very disturbing.
Extremely alarming. And this family member that you concealed, that you spoke with, what were they saying about their loved one being a part of that? I'm sure that has to be tough on them.
Yeah, and I think the reason we had to distort their voice is because they were worried it would cause issues with their family, since their individual already kind of left and went and joined that cult. But they say when they get there, and this cult kind of prides on like really vulnerable people or people who meditate or do crystals or kind of believe in that sort of thing. Anyways, they say when they got there, they make them take all their money, and then they also require their social security numbers, all this stuff, and basically hand it over to the cult, and then they're kind of locked in from there.
For a while, it seemed like an open and shut case, but the prosecutor dropped the case and dismissed charges against all of them. No public reason has ever really been announced. So what's a cult to do? One of your figures has passed away. Your main, charismatic, prominent figure, she's passed away. You were charged with abusing her corpse, but charges were dropped. Where do you go from here? The cult basically split into two schism groups. The first, and smaller one, that seems less ambitious than the one I'll talk about later, was formed by Jason Castillo, Father of God. Now, Amy gets a lot of focus because she spent a lot more time in front of the camera promoting the cult through social media. But Jason was not a kind person himself. Many ex-cult members came out to announce that he was physically, mentally, emotionally, among other things, abusive while they were in the cult. And like Mother of God, he had very little empathy for those around him, including children, including animals.
Well documented what you're capable of doing. Not only us, but the rest of the team. But it happened unconsciously. But why are you unconscious? I don't know, Father.
You don't know. That's not your contract. Your contract is to be conscious. So having the unconscious is saying, I'm failing my contract, Mother. Let's get it straight here.
Say it! I'm failing my contract when I'm unconscious.
Don't. Why are you looking to the left?
That's his go-to.
Yeah.
Is to look away from both Mother and Father.
You have to look. What have you done?
I've been out of integrity and failing my contract.
Why? Tell us.
Because the ego program mind hates God. And you are a cockroach. The ego program mind.
The ego program mind.
Why? I mean, how dense can you be? I just basically said repeat this, and you went to something else. And you're a whore. You know better. Even as being insulted, you have a better insult for yourself than God does. Do you notice it? Okay? So everything that you did is you interrupted and blocked Mom's video so we can read part of what we were saying. Simple commands were given before bed. We'll add, so the whole team knows, he fucked off the tea, never brought Mom tea, took her sandwich away, left it out on the cupboard, and then stayed up for hours to suck from us. So that what? Things could be in right action. So that it would appear to Mom that I had been sucking on her all night. That too. Okay. Thank you. And then once upon getting up, then what happened? Then I was taking things personal from the start.
Okay.
First thing you did was get up and sit in the dark. That's what I observed. Why did you put the light on? Because you love the dark. Who loves the dark? Cockroaches. Cockroaches love the dark. So they can scuttle around, you can't see what the fuck they're doing. But then when the light came on, you see the pictures.
All eyes.
You must transform this now.
You have to. Don't take it personal.
You turned it on yesterday, FM, but you know why you turned it on? Because you stole the fucking energy from me.
Energy stiller.
Yeah.
Gotcha, cockroach. Cocky.
Nice guy, right? So Jason forms a second cult from some of the members that chose to follow him after the death of Mother God. He named it Joy Reigns. Now, the second schism group I'm going to talk about in a bit, they're more focused on one part of Mother God's teachings. But Joy Reigns, formed by Father God, sees the fifth-dimensional alien heel-earthing encounter as more of a part of the spirituality. He was much like Mother God. When she was running the cult, it was more of a tapestry of New Age spiritualist beliefs instead of a focus on one singular New Age belief. And Father God made Joy Reigns much the same. It's not nearly as interested in making money as the second schism group. For example, if you want the cult leader to pray for you or pray on your behalf, it'll cost you $1. The most expensive course I could find on the Joy Reigns website was $33. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, they have reasonable prices, oh, good for them. I'm just saying that money-making doesn't seem to be a main pursuit of theirs. Maybe they make enough to support themselves, but it's not as focused as the other schism group. They have more of a generalist, unfocused, spiritual theory. Alongside the fifth-dimensional aliens, there's stuff about reconnecting with your family, healing your soul, getting over your trauma, anchoring your soul to the earth, finding love, balancing the light and dark inside of us, etc., etc., etc. As nice as a lot of that sounds on the surface, this schism group is still ran by the same man who helped construct the rules of the last abusive cult. Whistleblowers have come out from this new cult. Father God seems to follow in his own footsteps, trying to emulate the Love Has Won cult that was once ran by Mother God, right down to the way they control people. Whistleblowers describe a type of bait and switch, where they'll be lured in by some New Age spiritualist promises, and then once they are properly isolated, they're convinced to hand over all their money, to give up their ID, their social security number, and then the cult has control of their assets after that, and they pretty much have to play along or leave empty-handed. And the other cult activities would also probably be continuing, since he's following in his own footsteps. Him being very exact to an abusive degree about orders he gives people. He gaslights people, and he encourages the cult to use emotional and physical abuse to control cult members. Then there's the classic cult shit, where you make people weak and dependent. You restrict their sleep schedules, you restrict their diets, you have rules like they aren't allowed to sit, you make them work long hours, with expectations that are beyond them, and you terrorize them into submission. Joy Reigns looks good on the label, but so did Love Has Won. Father God also carbon copied another habit from the old cult. Pointless, frequent videos and streams on his YouTube channel.
Hello, children. Father of all creation here, with, of course, the most brilliant being in all creation, Mother Source, Prime Directorate, the Mother of all creation here with us all. It has been 347 days, children, since our grandmother has ascended. 347 days of anchoring heaven in, protecting and providing for all the children in creation. And of course, this is God's honor. As you know, Mother of all creation took on pain and suffering for all creation. Father knocked everything from every marble down to the greatest planet in creation, the source, Mother Earth, to transform it all, to send all density back to the great galactic sun. For recycling, of course. Thank you, Mother. And thank you, all creation, for helping. It isn't in your contracts, by the way. We are now in the process of transforming the cancer of God. We've got you. Simple love, simple life. We wish you all home to the Cristo Escuela. Come support children. Gracias, Mama. Love you, children. Papa out.
Before whistleblowers came out and told the story of what happened to them in Love Has Won, Love Has Won sounded nice too. On paper, it sounds like a nice, peaceful organization, but it's ran by abusive people, and the one remaining living abusive cult leader formed Joy Reigns, and I suspect that he's probably indoctrinating, controlling, and abusing the people that are currently in the Joy Reigns cult. Now the second schism group, they reemerged just a short time after the Love Has Won people had their charges dropped. They had rebranded. No longer were they some generalist spiritual cult. They now had one focused, and their name reflected it. Their name is Fifth Dimension Full Disclosure. What are they about? Preparing the world for the fifth dimension to disclose its existence to the world. The cult became more business-minded. They started selling products to the general public that started to make them more money than when Mother God was in charge. Now, they've been doing these practices from the cult's founding, but they became more frequent and were more exploited to make money after Mother God has passed away. Etheric surgery. It cost $88.88, more numerology shit, for a 15-minute session. Now, this etheric surgery, it sounds a lot like psychic surgery. Well, that raises the question, what kind of surgeon does psychic surgery? Remember those fifth-dimensional aliens from earlier in the episode? They're in the fifth dimension, performing psychic surgery for the Love Has Won cult with Mother of God. Yep, Mother of God, according to the cult, is in the fifth dimension with the aliens assisting them in the psychic surgery procedure. Admittedly, if all that is completely true, that's a hell of a bargain. So this is how they advertise it on their website. The surgery is performed in the etheric realm, on your higher self by Mother God and the Galactic A-Team in the fifth dimension. You don't have to do anything. Mother God and her team will do it all. This healing is done on your higher self, first in order to heal the energetic body, where all disease, illness, and bodily dysfunction stem from. The energetic body must heal first before it manifests into the physical. Everything that is non-organic, aka dense or dense material, or is not supposed to be in the body, will be removed and fully healed. This includes, but is not limited to, trauma and wounding stored in the body, vaccine toxins, diseases, chronic or acute illnesses, microchips, brain damage, neurological issues or disorders, and tumors. This can best be described as a full body detox. Your body will be fully clear so the higher self can start integrating into the physical body. It is not possible for the higher self to fully integrate into a physical vessel full of density. There is no other surface offered on the planet that will provide a full healing like this one. Join the many people who have had their lives completely changed by this etheric surgery. Mother Earth would like all of her children to have a chance to experience true fifth-dimensional healing while shifting out of the third dimensional into the fifth. New Earth healing awaits you and your loved ones. Add-on surgeries are only $22. True healing from the planet/source herself, Mother of God. And here's a testimonial. Now, when I say they have been expanding their quote-unquote business empire, I mean exactly that. They have all sorts of services that are offered. Like that etheric surgery I just mentioned, there's a version for your pet. And they're quite generous. They give it at a reduced price. You can get psychic surgery for your pet from the fifth dimensional aliens and the Mother of God, $22.22. For $88.88, they can activate my DNA. I don't think they mean my flesh DNA, because I think that DNA feels pretty activated. What they seem to suggest is activating this divine DNA, that there is a divine blueprint, and it has its own set of DNA that can be activated. One of the most expensive services, for $111 and, you guessed it, 11 cents, you have the privilege of signing up for a soul contract. Reading through this, it reminds me a lot of Scientology's billion-year contract. I think it's 1 billion years, where you dedicate your life beyond your death to Scientology. Allow me to read. These sessions are perfect for those who have been on the path and are looking for the next level of embodiment. These sessions focus on the understanding of the human consciousness archetypes, as well as understanding your galactic blueprint. This session will include 2 parts: the understanding of your unique galactic blueprint, as well as anchoring in your full energy signature. And number 2, a review of the soul archetypes that make up your unique essence and guidance on how to both activate and anchor these archetypes. These sessions will provide guidance on anchoring and activating both the blueprint and soul essences, as well as an overall understanding of one soul contract. So in this procedure that they perform on you, or it might be a class, I'm not quite sure by the way it's written, but it sounds like they're trying to get you to find out what your attributes are. The attributes they're looking for being your energy signature, your galactic blueprint, and your soul archetypes. The word contract suggests that there's some sort of commitment being made, perhaps to the fifth dimensional aliens mentioned before. They have a self-love mastery session for $77.77. You know, I started self-love mastery when I was 13 years old, and it didn't cost me a dime. They have divine union session packages for couples, and if you want to, quote-unquote, fast-track your spiritual ascension, they have a package that's literally called the whole kit and caboodle package for only $444 and, can you guess it, 44 cents. For that, you get an etheric surgery session, plus 2 coupons for surgery sessions for either family members or pets. You have a quantum astrology session, a DNA activation session, an intuitive guidance session, a Tree of Life tarot card reading, and a self-love mastery session. They also have a podcast that puts out regular-ish episodes. It's named after their new name change, the 5D Disclosure Podcast. At the time I'm recording this, their latest episode came out about a month ago, August 16th. In it, they declare that we are finally in the planetary cycle of disclosure. Disclosure of what? Well, for a while now, long before the cult leader Amy died, they have been going on about how it's nearly time for the fifth dimensional aliens to reveal themselves, come to Earth, and the Earth will realize that 5D full disclosure was telling the truth about being ambassadors of Earth to the fifth dimensional aliens the whole time. Remember them referring to themselves as the ground crew for these fifth-dimensional visiting aliens? If you want to be part of that ground crew, they have a whole university dedicated towards that. For $99.99, at the Cult's University, you can choose to specialize in New Earth initiation. From what I can figure, it's a training program to educate cult members to be the leaders of the New Earth after its spiritual awakening. Or you can specialize in galactic initiation, which seems to focus on connecting to your divine self so that you can enter the fifth dimension, presumably to join these aliens and Mother God. They also have a gift shop where you can buy books and crystals and other bobbits like that. Overall, the current state of the 5D full disclosure cult is them focusing on the arrival of the fifth-dimensional aliens very soon. Like, they make it sound imminent that they're about to arrive. They make that the entire focus of this splinter group. And then all the capitalistic endeavors surrounding it, all the courses and all the surgeries and all the bobbits that they're selling, all used to fund the cult and fund one of its many, many projects. It seems like they're throwing shit at a wall trying to get this message out that the full disclosure from the fifth dimension is coming soon. Many of the same cult members that were in the Mother of God cult, plus some new faces, are in full belief of this message, and still seem fully dedicated to both Mother God and the cult. Even up to their latest media release. The core message underneath everything they're saying is that the script is about to be flipped, and the fifth-dimensional aliens are about to reveal themselves. And that's about where that cult lies right now. Many members of the cult were tried in court, but not convicted. They splintered into two groups. The more successful of the two groups, 5D Full Disclosure, has been busy coming up with ways to make money to fund their endeavors to get the message out that the fifth dimension is arriving, and soon everybody on Earth will know the truth. Now, these cult members seem motivated, stubborn, or both, so it's likely they're going to stay active for a while and perhaps get into some more shenanigans. And if they do, I'll be here to provide updates. But for now, back to the show.
All right, so for Occultae Veritatis podcast, my name is Sage Murray, and joining me,
Leon Pilger,
Ood Gallifrey,
The soundboard demon.
Ah.
That was the void.
Katitty.
Yeah.
Okay, love you, bye.
Bye-bye. See, that was a little more lighthearted than last week. Not much, though. Mother of God yells a lot and seems very unpleasant. But no matter. Amy, aka Mother of God, claimed a few times that she got messages from the President of the United States, whispering into her left ear, accompanied by violin music. So I thought it'd be appropriate for 1920s violin master Fritz Kreisler and his song Moonlight and Roses to play us out. As you hear his bow hit the strings, just imagine the President is whispering in your ear. See you in the after show. Alrighty. In the past, we heard from one of our fans named Dr. Avocado. We previously read 2 of his drinking stories, and I'm about to read the 3rd. Once again, Dr. Avocado, thank you for writing in and sharing a bit of your past embarrassment for our entertainment. I'm a fan of self-deprecation myself. Dr. Avocado writes, when we were 17, Mrs. Avocado and I went to Cuba for a grad trip with S-Trip. I think S-Trip is like a vacation company. Now, S-Trip had a rule that although locally the drinking age is 16, if there was one, I don't remember, but you had to be drinking age in the province state with the lowest age in your country, which, us being from Canada, was 18 in Alberta. So I wasn't technically allowed to drink while on vacation. And on the resort, the staff were supposed to pay attention to your wristband color. One could drink, one could not, but they didn't really care. The bartenders and servers would make you drinks anyway. All it took was a crisp $5 Canadian bill, and they would make drinks for you. The resort was all-inclusive after all. One night we had a beach party with a DJ and lights and alcohol, so of course I got me and Mrs. Avocado a drink. Bacardi White and Coke. And then finished mine by the time I got to Mrs. Avocado and went back for one more. And the lines were so long, I got it and went back to Mrs. Avocado, and she was done hers, and I had mine. So I turned around and got each of us one, which went on for the whole 2-hour party. It sounds like he kept on getting back in line, and then in the process of being in the line, he drank the drink he was supposed to get, so he just had to get back in the line, and it continued like that. Needless to say, I was good and fucked up. This is also after 2 days of my pasty white ass being out in the sun, 35 degrees and up, getting burnt and no sunscreen. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll lower your resolve a little bit. So in the morning, I woke up because we were supposed to go to Havana, which I did not do. This was maybe at 9:30 in the morning, and I went back to sleep. I think I was more fucked up with sunstroke. I woke up at noon and felt fine and wandered to the pool and had some more drinks. It was good. Yeah, hair of the dog. And then Mrs. Avocado got back, and she noticed my sunburn was no longer red and stinny, but it was covered in crispy brown skin. Like when you bake a turkey and the skin gets all crispy and brown. That's why I think I had heat stroke and not hangover, but either way, it was one hell of a trip. Yeah, and drinking enough, you don't even feel the sunburn happening. And you know, I'm a fellow ginger, so you learn the same lesson that all us fellow pasty people learn when we go to a tropical country. Your skin is not resilient. Baby it like a premature infant, especially if you're near the equator, because you'll turn into a turkey mighty quick, especially when the drinks keep a-flowing. Dr. Avocado, thank you for writing in with your drinking stories. If anybody else out there in listener land wants to send us some funny stories about when you got too drunk, got too high, or anything else you want to throw at us, feedback at ovpod.ca. Next episode is a Leon episode. So if you like aviation, fighter jets, going faster than the speed of sound, scrambling to confront Russians at the North Pole, and roasting Canada for their shitty national decisions, tune in. It's gonna be a baller.